Hello students, today we will discuss about introduction to microprocessors. In the previous class, I discussed about where the processor is located and then, so what is the way in which devices the processor is there and then which type of microprocessor presently we are using. Now, now in this class we will go for what is the definition of a microprocessor and then what is meant by assembling, what is meant by compiling, what is meant by a decoding. These questions answers you should know at the end of the class. You only tell these answers at the end of the class, right? So before going to definition of a microprocessor, first let us let us go about the block diagram of computer. If you observe the block diagram of a computer, see there is a IO devices. Yes or no? Please tell me. IO device. What are the IO device? Input output devices. Input output device. Input devices are what? Input devices are keypad and mouse. Input, we are giving input here and we are getting output through monitor and printer. Through monitor and printer. And next, another very important part of computer is what? Again, I already told that is what? Processor. That is what? Processor. Processor shortcut what we can put that is like MUP already I told. So there is a direct connection, we can transfer data through IO devices. And another very important, we are typing the program, whenever we are typing the program in the keypad, where the data will be stored at the back side of the keypad. No, at the back side of the keypad, no, the data will be stored in the memory devices. The data will be stored in where? Memory. There is a contact between processor and memory, but there is no direct contact between memory and IO devices. Dear students, please try to understand. Please try to understand. Now we are going to the subject. Now we are entering into the subject. Now you should put more attention. Right? Now. So, simply we are write program. Wherever the programming is there, there must be a processor. In last class, we know that. Now coming to the while we are entering the program, while we are entering the program, the data will be directly stored into the memory? No. Directly stored into the memory? No. So this memory, do you know in the previous olden days, we are having only primary memory. We are having only primary memory. Already you know this. Very clear about this primary memory. What are the primary memory device? RAM, random access memory. Second, ROM, read-only memory. RAM and ROM, random access memory, read-only memory. Read-only memory is permanent. Read-only memory is permanent memory. Please, dear students, try to understand. RAM is temporary. Temporary RAM and ROM. Only we are having only two at the previous olden days. But now we are having now we are having pen drive, floppy. When we are in the previous days we are using floppy, CD drive, DVD drive, floppy, hard disk. Now we are having number of devices. These are all outdated. CD drive, DVD drive. Now we are using what? Pen drives and hard disk. Yes or no? See, in the previous days, so in this total subject, what I am telling about memory, you should understand about only know about RAM and ROM. You should know about only RAM and ROM. Now coming to the this block diagram. So this process, while we are giving the process programming, then the IO devices, that means keypad, through keypad we are pressing the program. Then it will goes to the memory. No, not it will goes directly to the memory. How the program will execute? How the program will execute? Please, dear students, now you pay more attention. Let us consider one example. So that is, suppose, let us consider one example, that is A is equal to B plus C. This is which language I am writing? I am writing in the C language. That means high level language. We are writing in the high level language, that is C. Now, same language, how we can write? A B comma C. This is which language? Assembly language. Add B comma C. Which language? This is assembly language. Now coming to the next language, that is 0010111001. Now you tell me which language it is. This is called low level language, or machine level language, or object language, or binary language, or binary language. So many students will tell that. So when we are typing the program will be stored here. The program add a comma bc add. No, not like that. Why I am telling this? Please try to understand. So why I am telling, what is the use of compiler? What is the use of compiler? What is the use of assembler? And what is the use of decoding? What is the use of decoding? Dear students, please pay attention that whenever I am typing program, the program will be stored here in the terms of binary format only. Dear students, please try to understand. Whenever you are typing the program, directly that program will not store in the memory as like add a comma b, multiply b comma c. No. Whatever the program is writing here, that will be stored in the binary format only. That is in the store of binary format only. Who will convert that into binary format? Who will convert that into binary format? Please, the students, please tell to explain. Now I will ask one question. What is meant by compiler? Dear students, you please tell me what is meant by compiler. So many students, while they asking the question to the final year students also, they will tell compiler used to check the errors. No, not at all. Compiler is not only for check the errors. Compiler converts high level language to machine language or low level language. Some high level language means what? .c file is converted into .obj file. .c file is converted into .obj file. That means high level language is converted into binary language. So while converting, there is any error occurred, then it will not show the output. That's why it shows the error. If there is any problem to convert from high level language to low level language, then the compiler shows the errors. But compiler's definition is now checking for the errors. No, not at all. Compiler means converting high level language to low level language. Right? Now coming to the assembler. What is the use of assembler? Now you please tell me. Assembler converts assembly language. Assembler converts assembly language into mission language or .obj file. That is .asm file is converted into .obj. Dear students, please try to understand. This is very important. That's why I am telling. This one is called opcode. This one is called as opcode. Opcode means operational code. Opcode means what? Operational code. Compiler converts high level language to low level language. Assembler converts assembly language to the .obj file or low level language. Now low level language is nothing but binary language. Binary language means what? Opcode. That's what I am telling. Whenever you are writing the program, add a b comma c, you are writing the program in your using keypad. But while you are entering into the memory, how it is entering? Through opcodes. Through opcodes only. Again, another important point what I am telling is each instruction is having one opcode. Dear students, please try to understand. Each instruction is having one opcode. Suppose add b comma c, yes, it is there. Multiplication one opcode, subtraction one opcode, division one opcode. So each instruction is having one opcode. Right? So first, what processor will do in the memory? The data is saved. What the processor will do? Processor first takes the first opcode into the processor. That means Taking the data is called fetching. Dear students, please try to understand. Taking the data is called what? Fetching. Fetching means what? Taking the instruction opcode from the memory to the processor. Right? Next, what is the next step? Fetching. After that, decoding. Decoding. Decoding means, please tell me what is meant by decoding. So many students again will tell wrong here only. Decoding means sir converts assembly language to machine language. Sir, some high level language to low level language. Sir, decoding means no, not at all. Now I will clearly explain what is meant by decoding. Now I will clearly explain what is meant by decoding. Suppose there is a 2-bit code. Suppose there is a 2-bit code. For add we are using 00, and for subtraction we are using 01, and for multiplication we are using 10, and for division we are using 11. For division we are using 11. Now you see this is memory. This is memory. In this memory there is a address locations are there. These are the address locations. So each address, for each memory, each instruction there is a separate address location. This is address location. And this is what? This is data. This is location and this is data. Right? Now you see, I am writing one data 00, 10, 00, 00. Now you tell me, by seeing this table, now you tell me this is the data what we are having. Each instruction is having one opcode. Yes or no? Now we are entering this data. But 00 means what? You tell me. By observing this, what you can tell me? Observing. Tell me what 00 means. 00 means what? By observing the table. Add. Next 10 means, tell. 10 means what? Multiplication. Yes. Again 00. Add. Again 00. What? Add. This is add. Add. This is 10. Multiplication. 00. What you are telling? By seeing the table, you are telling the this instruction. What is it is? That is what you now do. What you did. That is called decoding. Decoding means, what is decoding means? Dear students, please try to attention. Understanding the opcode. Decoding means what? Understanding the opcode. Understanding the opcode is called, understanding the opcode is called what? Decoding. Try to understand. Understanding the opcode is called decoding. Dear students, please put attention. That is, so the first one is what? Taking the instructions from the memory. That is called fetching. And second one is decoding. And third one, what is the third one? Third one is execution. Execute. Fetch, decode, and execute. These are the executing means as per the instruction. Suppose add is there. You understand the opcode, that is add. Next what? Next is what? Next one is what? Multiplication. Add. Multiplication. Add per the add means what? Which will do add? ALU. ALU perform the all arithmetic and logical operation. Then it will execute. It will execute. That is, multiplication means again ALU perform the execute. Fetching means what? Taking the instructions from the memory. Decoding means understanding the opcode. As per the opcode understanding, the execution will be done. Right? This is about the processor. Now you tell me the definition of a processor. Now you tell me what is the processor? What is the definition of a processor? So processor definition of a processor. Processor is a program control device. Processor is a program control device which performs fetch, decode, and execute. Which perform, decode, and execute. So this is the exact definition of a processor. Is a program control device which performs fetching and decoding and execute. So this is definition of a processor. So dear students, I already told at the end of the class you should know about what are the definition of a processor, right? Definition, you should know the definition. Next, what is the next one? Next, what is meant by assembler? What is meant by compiling? What is meant by decoding? These are very important. So many will students misunderstood about all these topics. Assembler converts high assembly language to low level, compiler converts high level language to low level. Decoding means understanding the output, right? So this is about today's class. The next class we will go about the futures of the microprocessors. Thank you so much.